Hello, I'm AxelMC131 and welcome back to Behind the Blocks in Minecraft 1.8. I've been away for a bit of a while. Well, when I say away, I'm just being lazy, really. But I am back and I bring you this. As negative as it is, this is a concept to make you bleed in Minecraft. And this is an idea that I had a while ago and thought, I must try and get this. I reckon I can do this. And I did. This has been divided into three parts. As you may know, you can do this perfectly well on one hopper clock, but I just decided to split it into parts for you guys. We'll start by saying how to make this. There are a couple of scoreboards you need to make, right? This is, I will say, this is, I'm going to show you guys how to do it, and then I'll show you what it does. So there's two scoreboards you need to make. So the first one is called damage. So we go, you can see it on the right there. Scoreboard objectives, add damage, and it is a stat.damage taken objective, like that. And what that means is that it will keep a record of how much damage your avatar has actually taken in the game. I think 1 heart of damage is equal to 10 points on this damage scale, which is odd, but there you go, it already exists. And the other one you need to create is scoreboard objectives, add, it's called bleed, and it's a dummy objective, just like that. Right, so let's get into it. So we're going to start in the middle here, and we're probably going to go back and forth a bit, because it's a bit confusing and out of sync. I'm terrible at this, but here we go. So the first thing we're going to be doing is that this command block on the hopper clock here is setting all players' damage score to 0. So that means that even if you start taking damage, it's going to pretty much instantly set it back to 0, and that's important because we're using like a limiting thing. So if you go over a certain score in one tick, basically. And what that means is that if I just jump over here, so if I go game mode 0 on peaceful, if I just jump up here, oh, and if I fall off here, you'll see the damage will go up, dink, and then it will go down again. I don't know if you saw that. I'll do it again for your sake. Hang on. Whoop. So just watch the number on the right, and dink, goes up to 30 there. So I took 1.5 hearts of damage. Right. I think, or something like that. Game mode 1. Right. So next over here we have a randomizer. You should recognize this. This is a 1 in 3 randomizer. And what this is going to do is this is executing these two command blocks over here. And what it's doing is it's going, if it executes true, it's going to set all players with a damage score of 50. So if they take in 2.5 hearts, I think, it's going to set their bleed score to 15, right? And this is a timer. The second command block over here, right, this will change it down. So this will set any player with a minimum of 50 to the bleed score of 15, and that's the one that appears in the top there. And this one will then give you a little text. This is completely optional. This is just a tell-all I added. At any player with a damage minimum of 50, it's going to say, that hurt, I think I'm bleeding, in dark red. And you'll see that later on. But that bit's completely optional. It's just a tell-all command. Anyway, the other command block on this hopper clock over here, this is every second it is going to remove 1 from your bleed score. So that one that sets it to 15 is basically starting a clock. So every second this will remove 1 from any player who has a score of greater than 0, so 1 or greater. And you can see that if I set it to set it to a higher number, but I won't do that yet. And finally over here, this last hopper clock, if you actually have a bleed score of greater than 0, so you are bleeding, there are 4 things that will happen to you. First of all, you're going to get 2 status effects. The first one is slowness. This is slowness 2, I think, for 3 seconds. And it has, the particles are hidden. And this one is wither, but it's very low level wither. It's like wither 1 or something. And what that means is it'll only do like half a heart of damage over the entire course of it. I'm pretty sure it's at the end. Anyway, then you're also going to have 2 things executed at you. One of them is a particle score, and it is the red dust particle. And there's a few numbers that you had to put in here of these bits. 0, 0, 0, 0, 10, and force. I'm not sure what these all mean. I know the first 3 are the X, Y, and Z diameter. These last 0 is the speed, and then the 10 is the number of times. But somehow if you put the speed to 0, it does weird things, but this will make it actually red, so it looks like blood. And then finally, this is the cool bit. I can actually make you drip drops of blood on the ground. So we're going to do another execute at any player with a bleed score minimum of 1. We're going to summon an item at them, and that item is a piece of redstone dust, basically. And then we can, just for the sake of it, I put in a display name of drop of blood, which you won't see, but it's just for the hell of it that you know that that's what it is. And people who are clever will notice that there is something missing from this item tag, and it's a count tag. There is no count. And what that means is that this item cannot be picked up. This is something very interesting with a lot of items. If you put in a count tag, so if I go count equals 1, this item is able to be picked up, and will summon 1 of them. If I make 5 of them, you can still it'll summon 5 of them, they can be picked up. If you completely omit that count tag, it will only summon 1 item, but it cannot be picked up. And I'm pretty sure it cannot be picked up by monsters either. It certainly can't be picked up by players. So let's see if I can demonstrate this now. So if I go game mode 0, I am on peaceful at the moment, but that's okay because it just needs the impulse damage, and I can jump off the top of this, and this will take, this fall, if I jump, will do 2.5 hearts of damage, or 50 damage score, and you'll watch it jump up. Think. And if I do that enough times, then I may actually start bleeding. Come on. Come on, I'm trying to do a demonstration. There's a 1 in 3 chance, so fingers crossed. Nope. Try again. Whee! Ah, there you go. That hurt, I think I'm bleeding. And I've now got Wither and Slowness, and you can see that I am dropping blood. And you can also see the particle effect, which is apparently not working at the moment, but I can guarantee you that the particle effect normally works. But yeah, so there's the blood that's being dropped on the floor, as you can see. And you can see that I got a little bit of damage from the Wither at the end there. But this redstone, you cannot pick up, no matter how long you stand on it, and it will just sit there floating around until it eventually times out and vanishes after 5 minutes. And for the sake of clearing this up, I can just go ding, ding, ding. Where is the command? There we go. Kill entity type equals item. There we go. And that will get rid of it. And this works with monsters too. If I just set the difficulty to normal, I can summon my little sparring zombie over here. I'm just going to go give some C131 Minecraft diamond sword. There we go. And he can actually deal some damage to me. And there you go. He's caused me to bleed because he dealt enough damage to me in 1 turn. And I'm now bleeding in here, and I can climb out here and still dropping blood everywhere. But that will look nice. And you can see with the little timer. I will try and demonstrate that again with the timer. So if I just try myself some regeneration and get rid of those items again, I can summon another one over here. Go on. Ow. Nope, this guy's gonna kill me. As you can see, it doesn't always work. There's only a slight chance. Knew I should have put the command block inside that thing rather than on the roof. Ow. And there you go. And if I just quickly kill him, you'll see that that score is now counting down, and that starts at 15. And as long as that score is greater than 0, I will continue to bleed. And when it gets to 0, that's when everything goes away. I still get the Wither and the Slowness because they are affecting you for 3 seconds, so it's a little bit of carryover. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is more aesthetic than anything else. I mean, it doesn't really do much damage to you, but it does give you slowness. You might think that these are just going to be messy, but, well, that's all a matter of opinion. Originally what I'd done is I'd actually made it, so if I just go game mode 1, nope, and just set this back to peaceful, what I had originally done was I was making it set little drops of redstone dust on the ground, like that, but it wasn't as good. You can pick that up if you're in the right game mode, as you may have guessed, which I didn't really want, so I made it so that they're items that you cannot pick up. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Oh, I will point out this last bit over here. These are so that you can keep your hoppercocks in sync if they are all separate. I mean, if you really want, you could put like redstone out the sides and you can turn them off and on, it will. But for instance, it's important to remember, by the way, that this hopper clock needs to be, the output for this needs to be on the opposite tick to these two. These two can be on the same tick, but that one needs to be on the opposite one. But the way that I have done this is that if I just remove everything from these... Oh, I failed there. I'm getting a little bit of lag. Come on. There we go. And last one. Okay, so I've got all three. The way that I'm doing this is all I'm doing with these command blocks, which are all executing at exactly the same time, is I'm going to summon an item 4 blocks below them. And that's just above the hopper. And it's just an item, which means it's just going to summon a piece of stone like that, but it summons them in sync like that. And you'll just see them appear, and then they drop straight into the hopper, and away they go. I tried this originally with droppers and dispensers, but they're actually inaccurate because they don't go straight down. They actually go off to the sides. So they don't always work. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Bleeding in Minecraft. Guys, I've been AxelMC131, and I will see you guys next time.